going on, y'all? Apparently there was a situation with Hasan and Asmongold. I'm over here trying to hold my call. I know how I do. But anyway, Hasan and Asmongold got something going on. Let's check it out, see what's going down. Hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you hit the links too as well, while there's description on the homepage, so you can be able to find out where I live stream at and all that good stuff. Watch me on Twitch. Streaming right now on Twitch. Alright, let's see what's going down. See what's happening. I think this is going to be a video from More Pegasus. If the video...
Welcome back to a series so iconic, even Scooby-Doo subscribed. In today's video, Asmongold is officially back to streaming. Hasan is having a complete meltdown. He's calling out Asmon for not serving in the US Army, calling him a couch potato. He's mad at Asmongold for having the most common sense take about the military, saying they should have high standards. He's now calling out Tectone, saying he is actually the reason he didn't go to TwitchCon. Tectone has responded. Destiny has responded. Hasan is once again melting down over slop tubers. This time going after Rev for making videos about him.
I don't watch Rev. I think I've watched them before, but I don't watch them frequently. Right? I haven't seen anything bad from them yet, though. Right? Let me know if you want me to react to more videos from Rev.
Rev has responded, and Mike from PA is back to humiliate himself. Hasan is now asking the US military to disobey orders and go to jail, saying that their life sucks anyways, so it doesn't matter. Subscribe, or you gotta go through Dan Clancy's PC. Congrats, you're now blind. Back to you, Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Hasan thinks Trump and Hegseth's military speeches were for people like Asmongold, not the generals. Right, so quick context, Hasan is talking about the US military, and they have some new policy where they're basically no longer cutting standards for women or minorities in the army. Basically, they will have to reach the same like top standard fitness level as the men if they want to qualify, because, you know, it's a life and death scenario, I guess. And somehow he's brought up Asmongold.
Simply put, if you do not meet the male level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position. The sooner we have the right people, the sooner we can advance the right policies. Personnel is policy. But I look out at this group.
Why did they film this? Why do you think? Because this is not for the generals. This is for the general public. This is for the Asmongolds. This is for the couch potatoes who will never serve, but have developed this like false notion in their minds that the mother US military has been brain broken by woke. These are the people who looked at Mark Milley saying, of course he's Red Mao. He must understand the enemy, and went, oh my God, he's a woke transgender. Mark.
Well, I must fall in this category. What are you saying? I'm definitely never going in the military, even though I come from a military family. That's something I would sign up for myself personally. Trying to do it. A lot of respect for him though.
Mark Milley, we have to fire him. That's who this is for. These guys are so stupid. They literally think that the American military was like running around being like, yeah, we just got to be woke now. We have to be woke. It's so stupid.
Right. So he's calling out Asmongold for not serving in the US Army. I mean, okay, he's like a gaming streamer who happens to body you in politics in his pastime. But my question is, when the fuck has Hasan himself served in anything? So what are you even talking about? You're calling him a couch potato who will never serve, but then you are the exact same as him. You are a Twitch streamer. Okay, the difference is, you know, he doesn't support terrorists, but you are a Twitch streamer who spends 10 hours a day sitting at your computer. That is the definition.
Which is crazy. That stuff like that makes me think I gotta step my game up. I've been like really lacking when it comes to doing my live streams and trying to be active. I'm going to step that up, and I'm going to start doing a lot more social commentary, right? Probably start after the stream. We're already doing it during the stream, but I did a bunch of stuff. We're going to start doing a lot more social commentary too as well. But I feel like I've been like lacking, right? Or I haven't put enough focus on it. So we're going to get back into that. But hearing things like that, it's like, damn, Hasan be streaming his ass off though. As loony as he is, he's on here, right? So I need to step my game up. I can't be having crazies on here just saying a whole lot of nasty, but they working harder than me. And of course, he has a team of editors, but still, he put in hours via streaming. So I got to step my game up. That's just something I was thinking about. Like, yeah, I got to start streaming for more hours.
Of a couch potato. And I don't know why he's acting like he's ever been on the front lines. He might be talking about that one protest that he actually went to where they shot a rubber bullet into the crowd and then he randomly went, well, the officer shot me. Like, no, Hasan, that does not count as them targeting you, and that does not count as you actually taking part in a battle, even though you want to LARP as a revolutionary. Tectone responded, Asmon's been gone for nearly a month and Hasan's love for him is as strong as ever. So romantic. Hopefully Hasan doesn't get C-word all over his keyboard from excitement when Asmon returns later this week. Hasan will be having a dedicated gooning session. We all know this. Anyways, I decided to check out the full context of the clip that Hasan was malding out over asmongold, and it's even worse than I thought. This guy is apparently mad at the most common sense military requirements ever.
Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already. War does not care if you're a man or a woman. Neither does the enemy. Nor does the weight of your rucksack, the size of an artillery round, or the body weight of a casualty on the battlefield who must be carried. This is not about preventing women from serving. We very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world. But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. It will also mean that weak men won't qualify because we're not playing games. This is combat. This is life or death. As we all know, this is you versus...
Dude, this is literally the fantasy of... This is like having a couch guy run the military. Okay, this is the...
I don't understand what's the issue or what was said. Maybe I'm tripping. I didn't hear it.
Opinion of a guy who never served from the outside. Like, not saying that he hasn't. He was in the National Guard, but like, this is literally the areas where you see this kind of attitude most commonly represented are the dudes who wear like the grunt force outfits, who are themselves fat as shit and never actually served or failed out of basic, right? And the guys who were like, oh man, I was gonna serve, but life had other priorities for me. But like, this is exactly what the military should represent. Yeah, like this is such a crazy thing to watch.
Mind you, he never served.
Such a crazy thing to watch unfold. Yeah, baby, let's go. The military, we're bringing strength back to our soldiers, to our brave warriors, man.
Dude, honestly, why is this guy acting like he has 10 years in the military? Buddy, you haven't done shit. How are you?
At all. He talking like he a veteran. Like, this nigga been in the military his whole life.
You possibly talking this much trash? So let me get this straight. Hasan is mad that they want high standards in the military. I mean, from the statements I heard, it didn't really seem like discrimination or anything. Obviously, they just pointed out that the enemy doesn't care if you're like a woman or minority. You still need the fitness levels of a top tier man, right? You need to be as competent as everybody else. And if they actually lower the standards for something like the army, something so important, you're going to fucking die because, you're going to get tired out. You're not going to move in time.
That's who's going to be protecting us? Bunch of lazy.
You're not going to be able to carry as much stuff or whatever, and a variety of things. I mean, this stuff is just common sense to me, at least. And what people like Hasan always fail to realize is that these are the people who are actually protecting your rights, right? The fact that Hasan can sit in a $3 million mansion talking shit is because the military is actually protecting him, right? He wants this communist utopia or whatever, and he's making fun of soldiers, as we'll see later in this video as well.
Dog, you're already in the fucking military. What do you mean? Your life is already dog shit. Okay, you get thrown in the fucking brig for like a couple weeks maximum, okay?
So then he calls out Asmongold's tweet again for agreeing with this very common sense take.
What is this? And not a moment too soon. Women should not have ever been in combat roles if they can't meet the standards that men need to meet. Equality is downstream from life and death. This policy should be applied to police and firefighters as well. Bro,
I was just going to say that, yeah, that should be minimum. Firefighters, police. Like, yeah. Hell yeah. Higher qualifications.
This is it. This is what I mean. It's like, this is for Asmongold and people exactly like Asmongold. That's who he's doing this for. I think this is going to piss off a lot of top brass. Okay. Women should not be in the military police force. I will die on this hill. My grandmother was a nurse in World War II. It's where she met my grandfather, who was a pilot. Women can provide value and service to the military, but that doesn't mean we should endanger lives pursuing the false god of equality by giving them lower standards for combat roles. Oh my God. Oh God. And
my mom was in the military. She would prefer a man being in the military. Just keep it on.
Clean says thank you. Ugh. Asmon couldn't even meet the standards of women. Yeah, I mean, he would be the first to say, oh yeah, that's why I'm not serving. That's why I'm serving my country by being a Twitch streamer.
Okay, first off, Asmon never said that he would serve in the army. I don't think he wants to be on the front lines. I think even he would agree that he's not qualified, nor does he want to, right? But I love how Hasan pretends that he himself is not a Twitch streamer at all. I know he thinks he's like some communist god, some revolutionary king, leader of socialism, man of the people, but you're just a fucking overpaid, shitty Twitch streamer, and you're like a virus on society at this point with all these takes. And I love how he read out Asmon's tweet, and he cannot point out...
Yo, a little hard. I agree with him, though. I'm not used to him going so hard. Like, oh shit, and he did the face cam. Yeah, he's gangster. But no, Hasan is just a shitty Twitch streamer. I agree with him. I don't disagree at all. I don't want anybody to think that. I was just kind of shocked that he was talking that talk.
A single thing that is actually wrong with it.
Shout outs to Mora Pegasus. This guy Hasan's a clown.
Because it's a perfectly reasonable take. So he basically said that women love a Twitch streamer, and you're like a virus god, some revolutionary king, leader of socialism, man of the people, but you're just a fucking overpaid, shitty Twitch streamer, and you're like a virus on society at this point with all these takes. And I love how he read out Asmon's tweet, and he cannot point out a single thing that is actually wrong with it, because it's a perfectly reasonable take. So he basically said,
nah, Asmongold was cooking. I don't think he said anything crazy or wrong. Right? Like, that was basics. He didn't say nothing ridiculous, but this guy will paint it as such just because he hates people who have, like, I guess, right-leaning opinions. If you lean on the right, and then Hasan is going to cry all night. I ain't mean for that to wrong.
That women shouldn't be in combat roles if, keyword if, they cannot meet the standards that men need to meet, which is a perfectly reasonable thing to actually want, right? It is not sexist unless you're a blundering moron like Hasan, right? This is literally protecting them and other people as well. If you're not fast enough, strong enough, competent enough, you are basically endangering your fellow soldiers and your fellow...
Yeah. I know if I was in the military, I would not want the person who's next to me that's supposed to have pretty much protect me or have my back, who I'm supposed to have theirs, to not have been through the process, right? So if you got the easy pass, you don't do just throw your weapon and run away when stuff happens.
Policeman, if you're a firefighter and you need to carry a, full-grown man outside
Cops
a
too,
burning
yeah.
building, and you can't do that because of the lowered standard.
Oh, I'm sick of seeing cops that just got no business being cops. I seen this one video that was like this little 4-foot female cop flailing all over the place, nigga trying to restrain somebody. Like, she just held on as she got flailed all over the place, and her partner eventually came and helped her. I'm like, why is she working? I don't hate females, but you not physically, made for this type of work. Right? Like, I don't know, maybe would you trying to work your way to detective or something? You get other people to do the grunt work. Like, if you can't be able to restrain a suspect, you shouldn't be doing this. Not in this department. This ain't the department for you.
Standards, right, during recruitment that is costing people lives. It is a perfectly reasonable and fair thing to expect equality in positions where life and death is actually at hand. Only idiots like Hasan would actually have a problem with this and make it into some woke issue of this is probably oppression, guys. Shut the fuck up, you privileged piece of shit. Now, remember last time Hasan said that he's not going to TwitchCon to keep people safe, and Destiny called him out for LARPing as a revolutionary, and then Hasan responded saying he didn't go because he implied that he was targeted and shot at an ICE protest, which is verifiably false. Well, now he's blaming Tectone. He's changed his story here. Hasan says a big reason why he's not going to TwitchCon is because of people like Tectone.
Bro went to the LA riots, but TwitchCon is too much.
Tectone ain't even really making content right now. Like, he took a break and then he's doing single videos here and there. He's not really streaming unless he came back within the last few days. So how you just blaming him out of nowhere? Like, he relaxing. You just gonna just throw him under the bus. Like, Hasan's a loser.
Much for him? Yeah, exactly. It goes to show that obviously for me, it's not a matter of my own fucking safety. It's a matter of the safety of others. And also, what do you mean you created this beast? It's ironic because this is quite literally part of the reason why I think some dumb who's a Tone fan is going to take matters in their own hands because they're like, oh, I know Hasan is going to TwitchCon. I'm going to fucking make a name for myself, and then accidentally end up shooting a bunch of other fucking people that are attending TwitchCon. That's the reason why I'm not going.
Okay, dude. This guy's actually disgusting, man. So he's not...
We eye to eye. I rock with more Texas. We eye to eye with it. He's disgusting. How you just come out there and just blame him? That's fat.
Not going, apparently, because he's afraid a Tectone fan is going to try to shoot him, but then they are so incompetent that they're going to miss and shoot a bunch of other people. By the way, that is literally what happened with that ICE shooter. So this is another case of projection from Hasan here. But I feel like Hasan doesn't really have to worry about that because luckily for him, the other side is not remotely as crazy and violent as his radical extremist terrorist supporting side, right? So we just want you to face the regular consequences of your actions through the appropriate legal channels. Now, you want your opponents dead, as you've said multiple times. Murder those mother flippers, red capitalist blood, K. Rick Scott, shank these people, whatever, right? So it is your opponents who
he's gone full mask off plenty of times. We're just like, nigga, man, how does he still have a platform? Oh, Twitch love him. Twitch got pictures of him on a wall. And niggas threw this nigga a birthday party. That's crazy. Make sure you follow me on Twitch while I still have one. Should be able to find the link somewhere.
Should actually be afraid. Obviously, Charlie Kirk was his debate opponent who got shot as well. So I don't know how he finds a way to always play victim. Like any opponent gets shot, Hasan is a victim. Hasan is a victim always. Another man dies, Hasan is the victim. You can't make this shit up. Also, he said grape tone once again, still continuing the shtick of slandering people day after day. Hasan, why do people hate me, Piker, cannot seem to figure out this riddle here. Cannot grasp that it's actually wrong to call people, names like rapists without proof because it can be life-ruining. Also, can this guy stop acting like an empathetic deity? Like, oh, it's not a matter of my own safety, guys. I'm just so concerned about other people. I, Hasan Piker, the narcissist, am so concerned about other people. I feel like even if you showed this clip to iDubbbz, he would be embarrassed. He's like, okay, I'm the king of empathy here, and even I'm embarrassed, and I don't buy this shit, right? I mean, if you want to be a pussy or whatever, at least admit it or whatever, right? I don't blame him for protecting himself or whatever, but just stop blaming it on some random other people who have nothing to do with the situation, right? Then he reads and agrees with the chatter saying that people are basically blaming him for death threats.
How are people blaming you for your own stalking and death threats? I mean, this is proof as to why, it doesn't make sense for me to fucking go to TwitchCon. This is like the whole point. This is literally the reason. Like, what kind of fucking statement is this? And it's such a crazy situation because, like, I have to make a public statement about it so that, I discourage psychos from fucking attending. And meanwhile, I'm making a public statement about it, making it clear that it's not about even my own personal safety, but the safety of others because of people like Tectone, because of this kind of sentiment that you hear all over the internet.
Bro, how is he doing this? It's actually so frustrating. So he is the violent person. He is the one encouraging violence on a regular basis. Nobody else has actually done that. Maybe your buddy Destiny, of course, your best friend. I feel like it's just...
Niggas is laptop. We ain't gonna just skip over that.
Nobody else has actually done that. Maybe your buddy...
His laptop was... Brother, what's going down? Like, why? That's how you get down? That's what's happening? Am I looking at the... Maybe I'm interpreting this picture wrong.
Destiny, of course, your best friend. I feel like it's just incredible the mental gymnastics you have to do to reach this conclusion where it's actually Tectone's fault that he feels unsafe, as if Tectone has ever called for violence for Hasan or anything like that. In fact, if you look at Tectone's video, he's actually said the opposite and wished Hasan well and told him to be safe. But of course, Hasan will ignore that and blame him and slander him daily because he does not care about courtesy given by the other side or them being a good person. He has branded this person as somebody bad and somebody who should be hated, and now he's weaponizing his audience against him, saying that, okay, the reason I'm not going to TwitchCon is because of Tectone, guys. You should all go and hate on Tectone. Right? You don't want to be in Hasan's crosshairs, obviously, because he's got the violent psychopaths in his audience, of course. Tectone responded with just a smiley face. I imagine he's going to be responding or something. Holy shit, Hasan is actually the biggest piece of shit. He is the one with the terrorist propaganda calling for murders and accusing people of rape. If anyone watching anyone is going to get violent, it is a Hasan viewer. Absolutely. Haven't seen Tectone advocate violence towards you. Victims crying dipshit. He's such a cry bully. It's actually crazy. Here we are in 2025 going back and forth over who's at fault for hypothetical situations for events that haven't even happened yet. Just don't go and shut the fuck about it. Hasan cannot do that, okay? He has to cry and bitch about absolutely everything. Hasan publicly supports terrorists. He's not going to TwitchCon because people are rightfully not okay with the literal terrorists being at the event. Yeah, it would be a pretty big problem if one of Hasan's buddies came up and showed up, Tectone responds to Hasan placing blame on him and his fans for making him feel unsafe at TwitchCon. He made a tweet, Hasan, I made an entire video to express how much I'm against anyone enacting violence on behalf of me, just as a precautionary due to the political climate. Of course, Hasan did not acknowledge that at all. I even name drop you specifically because even though you slander, lie, badmouth, and defame me effing constantly, I still don't wish any harm against you, nor do I wish anyone to do that to you or anyone like you. You can't even go live and say terrorism is bad. Pathetic ass mother flipper. Like, I don't know why Tectone has been brought into this as well. Like, I swear.
Out of nowhere. Right? It's like they hate him. So just randomly, let's bring Tectone into this. Let's use this as an opportunity to go after Tectone. Like, that was like the 50 Cent meme. Like, why you say F me for? Why you say F me? What I got to do with it? It's pretty much what's going down. It's crazy. Nasty work. Super nasty work.
Swear to God, it's just the most random shit. He makes like one tweet and then Hasan starts mauling over it. It's legitimate, like he legit just hates this guy. Once again, techie owning Hamas, Diddy, Adolf Bin Laden, Epstein, Smollett, Feet, Piker. Right. Anyways, Destiny jumps in, responds, throws shots at Tectone while pondering why Hasan would be scared of Tectone's audience at TwitchCon.
He's scared of Tectone fans?
This is literally the reason. Like, what kind of fucking statement is this? And it's such a crazy situation because, like, you know, I have to make...
Like, didn't Tectone lose, like, a third or half of his audience when the fucking Viewbot thing went down? What, is he afraid that a bunch of Roombas are going to show up and assassinate him? What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, it seems like Hasan can't seem to get his story straight. According to Hasan, Tectone has all this influence to get people to be violent, but apparently he also has no influence at the same time, and his audience is filled with bots, so he literally cannot decide here. Anyways, as usual, Destiny is only reasonable when it comes to Hasan. In every other scenario, he's just as regarded as him. I will say he's definitely braver than Hasan, though. He's still going out in public and doing events or whatever, but also he wants conservatives dead, so, you know, take what you can get, I suppose. Destiny continues, doesn't think that Hasan cares about trans or social issues.
Even recognize I'm right. Vote for me. I will deal with the trans people with the integrity necessary. So not only do you look hypocritical, but you end up fucking losing for that reason, because you can never defeat the Republicans on hate mongering. You just can't. The second part of
why this guy doesn't give a fuck about any of these social issues. If you're a trans person and you take any like direction from Hasan, you're actually such a fucking loser. You're like one of the boutique transies who have like the facial feminization surgery and the $50 million body mods and everything. You're so far removed from any actual like trans stuff. You're basically like a showpiece for fucking tank user. It's actually so fucking cringe. I can't imagine like a real life human being ever looking to this guy for social issues. This is like exclusively if you want to do like the tanky class shit. It's so cringe when he LARPs on social issues after, like, we've seen clips of him saying literally like the social issues are just memes. These are just things that people dangle in front of you to distract you. Ugh.
Listen, I've pointed this out before. Hasan only cares about trans people if they are communist terrorists like him. Then he's a big fan. Otherwise, obviously, they're far-right Nazis and he doesn't give a shit about them, right? It's all performative. He just wants to get as many people on his side as possible by pretending to care about like minority groups or whatever. Nobody's really buying the shit except Hasan's subhuman
Definitely don't disagree with that.
IQ audience who thinks he supports trans rights while supporting Hezbollah. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, obviously. Anyways, moving on to Hasan calling out to Rev. Rev is another commentary YouTuber who's made quite a few videos on Hasan. Hasan asked why Rev says Desu is so obsessed with him. Holy shit, is this guy okay? Somebody tweeted, and people ask me why I don't cover Rev on my channel as often as anymore. The guy's content is so boring. Speaking of Rev yapping about Hasan, here's an image compiling all the videos he's made about Hasan and his orbiter so far, and there's a bunch of videos. Hasan responds, holy shit, is this guy okay? Okay, first off, this is child's play. Come on, get on my level, pal. This is newbie numbers. Second off, Hasan, we know you're watching every single episode. Stop pretending. Oh my god, I can't believe you made this. You're glued to the screen. You're watching every single video. You're watching this video right now, vigorously jacking it to your name even being mentioned. All right, calm down. You're gonna run out of gooning rags. All right, and Dan Clancy will be very mad at you. Okay, so stop it. Stop pretending like you're above all of this. All right, you are actually the true figurative king of the slop. All right. I just temporarily took that name. Third off, this is literally our job and our hobby. We are literally getting rich off your unlimited stupidity. Why would we stop? Literally, why would we stop? Thank you.
I damn sure ain't rich. He talking about him and Red, right? Sign up for memberships.
Honestly, thank you for being so unlimitedly dumb. Rev responds, and I would ask, has he considered not saying dumb things on a daily basis? He's just free real estate at this point. And this is what I've been talking about. Literally just stop being an idiot for one day and I would have no content. Literally no content. This is a fresh stack of bread you prepare every single day of me in order to deliver me a new paycheck. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Nux responds, each of those videos represents a different legitimate reason to deport Hasan. Not sure this is the dunk Hasan thinks.
I didn't know that was what he was going to say. I didn't know that.
Doesn't Hasan talk about Destiny all day, every day or something? Well, don't ask Hasan how much he's actually made videos on Trump, for example, or other people, for example, because this logic only applies to Hasan's detractors. If you consider the fact that he's made like 1 billion videos on Trump or any of his like allies have done the same thing, that doesn't count, guys. That doesn't count. Not even.
I mean, Ethan Klein joints they made in the Hasan orbiters. I mean, Ethan Klein videos they made.
Close to the level of Pegasus, whom Hasan won't even call out by name. 125 video. Well, to be fair, they're not all Hasan. All right, they're not all Hasan. It is the Hasan and Friends saga. All right, and a lot of them are our pal iDubbbz. A lot of them are, you know, Mike from PA, Dead M's, Casey Tron, etc., etc. There are quite a few on Hasan too. This is what some people like him do. You can't engage with criticism of the content and just prefer to call you obsessed as a way to downplay you, which only works for the lowest common denominator of people, which is Hasan's community, in my opinion.
It appears that your boy has been called out by who else but Hasan Piker, who is concern trolling, asking, referring to me, if I'm okay. Of course, all of this is referring to the fact that I've made many videos on Hasan Piker, as I should. That's kind of in my job description, right? This is a guy who is running amok. He is someone who is saying things that are not only violating the Twitch TOS, in many cases, he's violating the law. There's a reason why someone like me talks about him so much. I don't want to. If this guy stopped acting like a psychopath, if he stopped advocating for political violence and stopped just being a really crazy person, people like me would have no reason to talk about him. And I am not ashamed. In fact, I think I should make more videos because he does.
I'm out there. I'm not already subscribed to Rev. I might subscribe. I might sub and react to it. What's up?
Deserves it. Is this guy okay? Doing more than okay, man. I don't have to do 10-hour daily political streams. I don't have to cater to an audience. I'm not captured by an audience that demands calls for violence. This is Hasan's life. He is audience captured. He has to continue to promote political violence because his deranged fans would be upset if he didn't.
You know, that's actually a good point. The thing is, one of Hasan's streams is 10 hours of content just mauling at people like asmongold, Tectone, Ethan, and stuff like that. And 10 hours is like 20 of my videos. So technically...
God. Damn. Can't promise 10 hours. I'm going to try to do 5 for y'all. I'm already almost at 3 currently. I'm going to start trying to do 5 for y'all a day. 10 is... God. 10?
You can say, oh, I've made all these videos on Hasan, but that's literally 5 of his streams. That's literally, if you add up the time and do the math, it's like 5 of his streams, right? So I don't know why Hasan is acting surprised that people make videos on him. He is an absolute menace who needs to be stopped. We are actually doing God's work here, all right? If there are borderline criminals running around in society, you need to report them to the authorities. If there are people spreading this amount of lies, slander, propaganda, terrorist support, just all these horrible values and trying to, corrupt society, you want to actually counteract, right? Spread actually good values, expose the truth. Make sure people actually don't go down the wrong path in life, right? End up becoming Hasan fans and then future terrorists, right? Right, so then Rev points out the hypocrisy and then apparently terminal simp Mike from PA jumps in.
But of course, he calls me obsessed.
Mike from PA need to shut his ass up. And then he need to be embarrassed. Okay? Like, Mike from PA. There's some of the stuff I've seen. He's like, oh, I just want to touch you. Just, oh, nasty. I don't even like the girl he did that with. And damn it. Had me agreeing. Get your creepy hands off.
Well, of course, most of his content in his streams have been dedicated to individuals like asmongold, who he continues to talk about despite the fact that asmongold is on a break. He's on a hiatus, and he still talks about him basically every day. And we're not even talking about Destiny, for example. He talks about him on a near daily basis. But of course, what is this guy doing? What is the issue with Hasan? This is someone who only a day ago posted this on Instagram, the song Bella Ciao, while he's deadlifting with horrible form, by the way. This is the anthem of Antifa, a designated terrorist organization. He is stoking the flames. This is the guy asking, are you okay, dude? The second you stop talking about insane stuff, the second you stop advocating for political violence, the second you stop sharing messages like this, we will stop talking about you. But anyways, apparently this tweet brought out the usual.
He ain't never gonna stop doing that. Let's be real. Let's go spade to spade. That's never gonna happen. That's Hasan's MO.
Suspects, Mike from PA saying, it's so funny how little motion this stuff gets, referring to my videos. First of all, this is Mike from PA. All right. Never let him forget. This is him.
So if a guy pays for my tab,
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
can I help you?
Nice motion you got there, brother. Lack of motion. Dude, your last YouTube video has 400 views, and you interviewed Alyssa Mercante of all people. Lack of motion? This is a lack of motion, dude.
Damn.
Embarrassing.
Oh my god, dude. Where did that cockroach even come from? Brother needs a gym membership and deodorant ASAP, okay? I don't know why these people love comparing clout so much. It's honestly embarrassing. First off, obviously, your ideas are not determined by your view count. Obviously, Hasan is living proof that you can be a complete idiot, complete lack, disregard for the truth, complete moron, and still have a large fan base, right? But these people always want to compare clout so bad, and they always do it with people they are going to get bodied by. So I just don't understand. It is pathetic and sad. Like, if you're going to do it, at least win, right? At least win. It's like when Hasan says, oh my god, guys, I almost have the same amount of viewers as asmongold. Oh, also don't mind the fact that he's also streaming on 3 other platforms, guys. Just ignore that. Not to mention the 100 times more popular YouTube channel that is conveniently left out, obviously. In fact, Asmon actually left for a month and still got more views every day than Hasan actively posting. So that's how much he's completely just...
I ain't gonna front. I went and checked out a few asmongold videos while he was on break. First, I was like, am I tripping? Where he been at? My brother had to tell me what was going on. I was like, oh, snap. All right, let me check out some of the videos that I didn't watch. So, no, that's facts. Yeah, there's people who would watch his older videos more. Right?
Outmatched. Here's the comments on Rev's video. Pegasus in the corner. It should have been me, not him. It's not fair. If you know that Yu-Gi-Oh meme, you're an absolute legend. Goated series, obviously. And yes, Hasan refuses to actually mention me. He would have a stroke and immediately collapse from the absolute epicness of the series. Hasan is the last person who should be talking about obsession. True. Oh my god, he's obsessed with me, says the guy who's in love with asmongold and won't stop talking about him. Good for him that asmongold's back to streaming again. Dude, he was molding when he was gone as well. It's like, it makes no difference if he's actually there or not. But at least he has some active content now, new content to jack off to for him. When you find gold, you keep digging. Yo, people criticize me for this way too much. Oh my god, you're milking, but you keep watching. You keep watching, you love it. More people like it than hate it. The only people who hate it are rejects on Reddit and Hasan and his DGen community. So I don't give a fuck about them. I'm entertaining, I'm enjoying myself. And
I rocks with more Pegasus. I think his content is dope. Personally, I like it.
Probably going to be richer than Hasan at this point. So, it's going to be great. Moving on to Hasan asking the military to disobey orders and go to jail, and says that it's fine because it's just jail, guys. And a chatter literally calls him out for this, and he just brushes it off.
And I'm sure there's plenty of military members in here, active duty and former veterans as well. You literally don't have to follow rules that are illegal. They will court-martial you. You will lose your job. You might even be thrown in prison for an extended period of time. But once the legal process goes through, you will be found totally innocent. Like, for example, if tomorrow, let's say Pete Kegstand calls all the generals over and he gives them this incredible speech and he tells them, you don't have to do this thing. You go to jail. Wait, what? No. I'm saying in the worst instance, you get court-martialed, you might even be jailed for a brief period of time, but it's still better than participating in a genocide, for example. And many people have done that.
Oh my god. So Hasan's example of someone refusing to participate in a genocide is the old reliable Taylor Swift updates account. You can't make this shit up, bro. Oh my god. I for one totally believe Taylor Swift updates when they say, update, as most of you know, I haven't been very active in the past couple of months because I was in prison. I'm back now though. More Taylor Swift updates coming soon. Oh my god, why? I refuse to join the IDF Lamau. Oh my god. Taylor Swift updates from 2019. Oh my god. I totally believe you, Taylor Swift updates from 2019. But yeah, this is just the Ela Klein situation all over again where Hasan goes, oh yeah, Ethan's wife should have gone to jail at age 18 and refused to be a secretary in the IDF. And because she didn't actually do that, I will now forever call her a baby killer, terrorist, valid military target for the rest of her life. Classic Hasan right here. Once again, a reminder, Hasan will not be going to jail himself. He will not be joining you in these efforts. If he was born in Israel, this guy is not going to jail. He is definitely joining the IDF. The soft-ass son of a bitch will not stand by his values, obviously. Every time he gets called out for not standing by his own principles, he's not stopping paying taxes that fund Israel's bombs on Gaza. Complete fucking fraud here, but he wants other people to actually go to jail, right? Also, question Hasan, since when did you care about the law? You support terrorists, bro. They have no concern for the law.
Facts. He's like, that's big facts. He for damn sure don't give nothing about the law. Like, it had the nerve to call this guy Luffy. Like Luffy from One Piece. Huge One Piece fan. Huge One Piece fan, bro. That's not no Luffy. Luffy wasn't on none of that. Luffy was on none of that type of time.
What is wrong with this guy? Then he continues justifying it, saying, just go to jail, guys. It's just really easy. You'll be fine.
Yes, initially you will be, in the interim, you might get criminal punishments within the military courts, but it's far better for you to disobey in advance than to participate in a fucking genocide. It's morally right, and history will absolve you. History will vindicate you. 100%. That's it. That's a huge thing in the U.S. military, by the way. I mean, you still get punished for it in the interim, but it won't be permanent. Just something to remember. Something to remember for many of you. And before people say easier said than done, dog, you're already in the fucking military. What do you mean? Your life is already dog shit. Okay, you get thrown in the fucking brig for like a couple weeks maximum. Wow. Okay, unless they execute you. No, that's not how this works.
Oh no, that's a pretty big slip there. So you're already in the military, so your life is dog shit, and you basically might as well throw it away. So yeah, that's basically what Hasan is saying right there, and that's what he thinks about these soldiers literally protecting his life, protecting.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Disgusting. I'm telling you, Hasan, he just word vomit, and like he don't know nothing. Nothing. Hey, what's up, FB? How you doing? He don't know a damn thing. Like Hasan just come out here and just say whatever. Like he says whatever. And when you don't know what the hell you're talking about, right? You're delusional. You make things up on a regular basis because your woke audience you're trying to grift and pander to want to hear that bull crap. You're going to say some disgusting things. You're going to say some nasty ass things. Man, Hasan's a sicko. Like him, I group him, Destiny. There's a few of them. There's amazing Lucas. Non-amazing Lucas. I put him in the same category. Pretty good. Started working the graveyard shift. Nothing wrong with that. Grind is the grind. Grind don't stop.
His privileged ass sitting in that $3 million mansion. It's just amazing that grind throughout his constant yapping.
Shoot, the graveyard shift is my favorite shift. I had to keep it real. Right? That was my favorite shift. And I worked a plethora of different jobs. Plethora of different times. I love the graveyard shift. Like, you ain't got to deal with most people. Traveling is better. right? If you take public transportation, it's more so empty, right? Like, that's my favorite shift. When I was doing security and bouncing, favorite shift. Shoot, I miss bouncing a little bit too. That was kind of fun. Depending on the location. I don't like standing on my feet all day though. I'm not a fan of that. But besides that, I like bouncing. That was fun. But yeah, graveyard shift is the best shift to me. Hey, what's up, Deaf Kitty? What's going on, Stoner Man? How are you doing? But yeah, graveyard, best shift. I'm telling you, every graveyard shift job I've had, that was the better shift.
He eventually does reveal his true opinions, and then you catch.
And I'm like a vampire. My aunt got me on that. I'm more awake at night. I prefer being up at night.
Glimpses of it, and you realize he's a terminal piece of shit. Now, of course, I don't support any illegal activities, illegal orders, whatever. That's on a case-by-case basis, but according to Hasan, it's actually illegal to even go after actual criminals who are causing violence in the streets, so you can't really go by his definition there, obviously. And he will play defense for terrorists, so obviously this is concern trolling. He doesn't actually care. But I love how he says, just go to jail, it'll be fine. This is the exact pathetic leader who does not practice what they preach at all, right? He wants you to actually go and do all of his dirty work, and then he just sits there, pretends to be a revolutionary from his mansion, right? You donate your money, you go to jail, you ruin your life, you do everything, and then he gets praised as the hero. That's how it works in communist utopia for Hasan. Then he says that you shouldn't.
So y'all rather be on your feet than working a desk job? I've had both. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the pain I be getting. I'll tell you, I've tried getting special shoes, nigga. Like, I started doing special workouts. That arch. Maybe it's because I'm a bigger guy. The arch in my foot be on fire. I remember I got a write-up when I was working a job because I sat down because they wanted me to stand up all day. I was working my shift and it was like 4 hours in, my feet was on fire. I was like, you know what? I could sit for 30 seconds. Sat down on the stairs real quick. Made sure my shoes were tied. I swear it was 30 seconds. Got up. Went back in my position. Supervisor came. Here's a write-up. I'm like, for what? Sat down for 30 seconds. I was like, all right, yeah, I can't do this job, brother. Forget the write-up. You might as well just, let me walk to the front with you. I can't do this. I can't. I just knew in my mind, I was like, nigga, this ain't gonna be the position for me. If a 30-second sit down is gonna eliminate me or give me write-ups, let's just end this right now. You're gonna catch me sitting down again. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna need 15, 30 seconds. Like, my feet was on fire. Even when I was bouncing at the club, like, they allow you to get a seat or something for a second, right? Like as long as you're doing constant movement or checking your place or at your position, like, I could at least lean on something bare minimum. Like, my feet was on fire. And I've had jobs where I walked all day. I'd rather walk all day than stand in one position for 8 hours. And then they had a rule where you only could sit in a chair if you were doing a double shift. So if you was working another shift after that, they give you the chair. I'm like, all right, now y'all bullshit. Now y'all bullshit, brother. That mean that we can sit in the chair. You just trying to make sure we stay awake? I'm awake, nigga. My feet hurt. Anyway, I know this is a sidebar. Yeah, this is a sidebar. I have flat feet. Yeah, I got something in my way. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I know what you're talking about. But I just can't sit still because my ADHD. I can sit still. It depends. Right? It depends. I can sit still. Right? 100%. Depends on what the job is that I'm doing. Because I can't hyper focus on the job and get it done. Right? It's just, if my body hurt, my feet, that's something, yeah, I can't do it. I could do martial arts. I've done jobs when I could walk. I'm talking about, I did jobs when I had to walk like 10 miles plus a day. Like it was nothing. Delivering packages on foot. I would have did that for years rather. I did do that for years, I'm sure. But I've preferred that than standing one spot. Like what you just said, I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. But nigga, the bottoms of my joint, like the arch, hurt from standing.
You're gonna be afraid of prison because you already joined the military and signed up to die.
When you're in the military, you already exhibit a level of courage, right? You signed on.
I do a job when I could lift something all day rather than stand in one spot. Like I've done construction. I'd rather do that. Demolition. Rather do that.
You signed on to do battle. You signed on and you signed up to potentially get shot at.
Needles.
So you already have like a pre-existing level of courage built in to the structure of the military that you have to basically abide by. In which case, it should be a much easier decision to just be like, at worst, I go to prison for a little bit. I don't immediately assume that just because someone's a veteran, they're a dog war criminal, monster, whatever.
Okay, again, just completely lying out of his ass again. We clearly saw him defending Rugged after she said that U.S. veterans should get PTSD and die. Literally, just a couple episodes ago, he was making fun of vets as well, calling them divorced dads. So he obviously does not respect the military at all. Even right here, he's like, oh yeah, you know, your life fucking sucks.
He was over there dressed like Che. If you know, you know.
So you might as well, right? So he thinks you're a piece of shit, you know, who should just go to jail, be locked up, or go die, right? And that is just horrible. That's just actually sad that he thinks that way. And he's this level of brainwashed. And this is what happens when you're so incredibly privileged. You're so incredibly privileged that you are detached from actual reality and how much you are, you know, being protected from the consequences of, you know, a world where a government doesn't exist and people don't exist to actually protect you. Now click this video for a pack.
Yeah, that sounds nasty as hell. I'm telling you, I don't rock with him. A few not a few, more than a few. A lot of nasty creators that will come on here and just be full out disgusting, but that's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. All that good stuff.